been having some people ask me a whole bunch of sporadic questions on different videos, and I'm not sure if you know, like I was explaining it wrong, or if I didn't complete what I was explaining, or whichever. So I'll try and answer a bunch of them and fill in some blanks if I had left any. And if I did, I apologize. Don't get all mad and stuff. I am not a cyborg. I can only do what I know how to do and do my best at it, and that is all I can do. So, a bunch of people were asking me about turning, about standard old, like 90-degree turns, just corner turns, and it's not it's not as difficult as you would think. How you doing? But what you do want to do is prepare. So like I'm going to make this left turn, I signal, slow down, downshift into second. I want to counter steer, lean into the turn, steer into the turn, accelerate through the turn. Alright, that was a whole bunch of information, but that's kind of how you do it. It's not, it's nothing, I mean, too out of the ordinary. The problem is, well, not the problem is, the problem that most people have is that they're fearful to lean the bike. They're fearful to get that lean and tilt the bike, but you have to lean the bike to turn the bike. So again, slow down, downshift or upshift in this case, counter steer, lean, turn into, accelerate through. Papa Willie, Papa Willie. So same thing from a stop position. You come to the stop sign, you slow down, signal, downshift. You're looking, you lean the bike. See now this is straight. This is lean. You accelerate and go through the turn. Steer into the turn. Again, right hand turn, signal, slow down. So you want to watch leaves like this though, because they get wet. You want to watch out for the leaves on the corners. And spring sands. Sometimes the snowplow people spray sand instead of rock salt, and it just kind of goes to the corners in the springtime. Well, in the fall, you got to watch out for the leaves. So. Signal, slow down, downshift, counter steer, steer into, accelerate. And that's all it is on steering. You just have to do it in like the right sequence and at the right time. You can do it at the right sequence in the wrong time and get all screwed up. You can do the wrong sequence, the wrong sequence in the right time. You may get it right. But to reproduce it's a lot easier if you just do it right every time, you know? Somebody asked about U-turns, but U-turns are pretty much like a corner turn, like a 90-degree turn, except you just kind of keep going. You don't straight. Oh, hang on. You don't straighten your head out. You don't straighten your arms out. You just walk to whatever side you're turning to, and you just keep turning. But the real trick with slow turns, U-turns, riding in a parking lot, that kind of stuff, the real trick is throttle control, throttle / clutch control, and rear brake. Your rear brake will save you a lot. It can also damage you. Don't hit it too hard. You want to get really good and well and used to it. But you when you're making your slow turns and your U-turns, you want your foot on the back brake. You don't want to be stepping on it so hard to where you slow down, but you do want to step on it to where it's keeping your wheel steady. You want to ensure that that when you're turning, you're tapping or lightly depressing your back brake. That'll help you steady the bike and keep control, keep it nice and slow and at a unremarkable pace. You don't want to go trying to whip around a U-turn. You'll wind up fishtailing and you'll have to try and straighten it out and so forth and so on. So if you do it nice and slow, good throttle and clutch control, and just lightly ease on and off your back brake, you should be all right. Just remember to keep your head completely turned. Turn and look at where you want to be, not where the bike will be going, not where your friend or another car is. You want to go where you want the bike to be. So if you turn your head and you're facing where you want to be, you'll bring yourself there. Just don't give not enough throttle and then brake, because you'll spill. You'll fall. Like if you're trying to go nice and slow, and you're going really nice and slow, really nice and slow, really nice and slow, and then you hit the back brake as you're turning, you're just gonna collapse. You're gonna collapse into the turn. Conversely, you don't want to be going too fast, because then you won't get out of the turn. You'll just keep going straight. But yeah, you definitely have to lean the bike. For a U-turn, you can sit off center. Like if you're trying to make a U-turn to your right, put your ass a little bit to the left off center of the seat and push the bike downward like that. You can when you're going slow, it's a lot easier. Sorry, when you're going slow, it's a lot easier to hold the bike firm and shove it. Where's this guy slowing down for? And shove it downward like that by straightening my right arm and counter steering left. I'm basically shoving the bike down to the right. When you're trying to do U-turns and whatnot, it's a lot easier to sit off center and shove the bike down into the turn than it is to go very slow and lean into the turn. Like you don't, you know, you're not going to be doing, you're not going to go on your Altmost test for your motorcycle license, get to the U-turn portion, and then be hanging off. You know, you don't want to be all the way off the bike trying to, you know, it's silly. You know, I just now, for doing that for 5 seconds, I almost ran off the road. Look, I'm all the way by the here, I'll do it on this side. I'm all the way on the white line over here. Alright, now I'm going to lean off to the left and push the bike to the right. And here I go to the left. You know? But your instructor doesn't want to see that you know how to hang off. That, you know, you watch, excuse me, that you watch, you know, ESPN4, you know? The what do you call them? Not referee, what do you call, not instructor. What the hell is the friggin' name? Not judge. The tester, you know, the guy testing you. The tester wants to see that you have control over the motorcycle, that you can perform these skills going slowly. That's why they don't have a big old course. You know, if they wanted to see how well you can do the skills quickly, they give you a big course. You know, but they don't. They want to see how much control over you have over a slower moving motorcycle, because that's when it's most difficult to have control. When you're doing 60, 70, 80, 120 miles an hour, your motorcycle will go straight. To make a 45 or 60 degree turn, you only got to push forward on the hand grips maybe a half an inch. You will lean into that turn. But when you're doing 12 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour or even 8 miles an hour, it is a lot more difficult to control the motorcycle. That's why you have to that's why you practice that. That's why you get tested on driving slowly, not on driving as quickly as you can. So keep that in mind. And when you're going for your motorcycle, get up there. When you're going for your motorcycle test, your road test, feel, whatever you want to call it, as you're practicing, remember to practice slowly. You know, the fastest you should go throughout the whole test is 15 miles an hour, and that's only during the emergency swerve and the emergency brake, the quick brake. So everything else you should be doing slowly. So it's, if you ever see a guy in the street do a wheelie, the guy that pops it up and real fast and does like 100 down the highway, that's a guy who figured out how to do it and just keeps doing it. And you find somebody who's in a parking lot full of cars, and he could pop a wheelie and dance it around in a 5, you know, or 10, 15 foot square area, and he's doing tricks and he's standing the bike up nice and slow, walking it around controlled. That's the guy who studies, practices, and learns. The slower you go, the more skill you have, not the faster. So remember to keep that in mind when you're practicing, and be as safe as possible, huh? Good luck.